Yo, what's up, everybody? Hello. Let me stop the music, my bad. I always forget to stop the music. Hi! Good to see you all. It's been a minute since I've gone live, and some things have changed. It's been crazy. Like, literally an hour before this, in the hour before this, I've been messaging people, gym owners from various countries in Europe, trying to get some WNO competitions on the board. And then my wife, I woke up late. My wife made me some cute little bagels. What was the cream that you used? She's right there. What was the cream you used for the bagels?
Huh?
What? She has her headphones in. That was loud. What was the cream you used for the bagels?
Spicy jalapeno.
Spicy jalapeno cream. All right. So, yes, you do see a soccer shirt rocking the Messi jersey. Messi's my favorite. I'm a Messi fan. I like Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a great player, but come on, it's Messi. So, welcome back to Soapbox. I've been waiting to get this specific episode out for a while, but I had to lay the foundation. So way back in the first episode of Soapbox, we talked about how the ninja shows are kind of dying. And they're not going to die, like, immediately. But I wouldn't be surprised if we have significantly fewer ninja shows by 2025. With that said, the question is, what comes next for ninja fans? And the answer is quite simple. Ninja Leagues. There are so many of them. So many of them. And they're everywhere. I really need to spotlight something else. I just realized I left something out of the PowerPoint, so I'm going to get that pulled up real quick before we get started, because it's actually incredibly important. I actually really like these. I don't follow them on my Ninja account, but I follow them on my personal account, apparently. That's dumb. Anyways, so today we're going on about Ninja Leagues. Hello, Evan. Hello, Radium. Hello, Ninja Gamer. Hello, Casey. Good to see you all. Ninja Leagues. This can be a bit of a controversial topic, I guess, just because people don't like what isn't Sasuke. People don't like ninja stuff that isn't Sasuke. But today we're going to change that, hopefully, or at least tell you why you should give Ninja Leagues a chance. So why is this video a thing? As I said, it's important to note that ninja shows will not be here forever. The only one that is likely to be here forever is Sasuke, but that's because Sasuke is not a TV show with episodes that people get tired of. It's a single special that comes out once, maybe twice a year, but typically just once a year. It's kind of like the Super Bowl, Everyone watches the Super Bowl. That's not to say they watch the rest of the football season. There are people who do, and there are a large amount of people who only watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, for the halftime show, because their parents are watching it, because they get food from it, whatever. That's what Sasuke is. Ninja Leagues are the future, because years from now, there won't be ninja shows. There will just be Ninja Leagues. And if we don't treat the leagues well, then there is no ninja, period. Except for Sasuke, which, only 100 people a year get to do. And if you're not Japanese, those people don't include you. So how do Ninja Leagues currently work? It's pretty simple. Someone starts a league. They get gyms to join their league. Those gyms will host competitions under the name of the league. Athletes will show up to those competitions and compete. And as the season progresses, they'll create national/global leaderboard rankings. And then at the end of the season, national and or world championships are held depending on what type of league it is. And then You rinse and repeat. You jump right back into the process. You try and recruit more gyms, try and make the league grow, and then you continue, but hopefully on a bigger scale year after year. Always the goal. The goal is still growth. It will always be growth. Because currently, Ninja is a growing sport for sure, but it's not a huge sport. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty simple format. I haven't lost you guys yet, right? You guys aren't confused? Okay, I'm going to take the lack of chatting as a yes. All right, so there are 3 common complaints about Ninja Leagues. 1, that it's not accessible. 2, that it's not the same as Sasuke. 3, that the camera angles are bad. I don't know how to feel about any of those, honestly. Well, I do, because I made a whole PowerPoint on this. So with that said, I've made counter arguments to all of these complaints. Let's jump right into it. Counter number 1. It is super accessible. Ninja Leagues are the most accessible ninja shows, ninja anything, on the planet. Because they're on YouTube. Primarily on YouTube. They're also on Facebook for the World Ninja League. I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. World Ninja League does stuff on Facebook because they know that kids are a large part of their athlete population. They have a lot of young athletes under the age of like 13 and stuff like that. And their grandparents are probably on Facebook. You know, their extended family probably on Facebook. Facebook is still one of the most used social media platforms in the world. And so they want to, you know, have the families able to support the younger athletes and watch them. So Facebook is where you'll find a majority of World Ninja League competitions. However, the World Championships, some of the regionals, some of the miscellaneous competitions, those can be found on YouTube. And then, of course, on YouTube, you've also got NSC, another United States-based league, the Ninja Challenge League, coming out of Australia. There's quite a few. There's a few more leagues, and I'll mention a couple in the future. But these are just some really big examples of Ninja Leagues not being super accessible. I don't know where they came up with that opinion radium. They just assume that it's not, as if they're not obsessed over pirating a Japanese TV show once a year that they otherwise wouldn't be able to watch. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways. Counter 2. Ninja Leagues can't be Sasuke. Simple as that. People complain that they are not Sasuke. That's because they cannot be. There is no logical way for it to be Sasuke. Why? The budget. Money is not something a lot of Ninja Leagues have a lot of. Now, Ninja Leagues have money. They use it to run their competitions, pay the appropriate people, and host their championships. But besides that, money for Ninja Leagues doesn't really go elsewhere, which currently I don't see as a problem. But there's like the first slide said, patience is key. Certain events will have fun things at championships and whatnot, but nothing totally major. And by that I mean, like, you know, sometimes the leagues will splurge on some fun activities. If you look at the World Ninja League Championships, I made a vlog for it. I made a vlog about it on my channel, and I raced Donovan Matoyer in a bounce house at the championship. There were courses everywhere, but there was a bouncy house. There was world chase tag stuff. There were a lot of vendors. There were a lot of activities to pass time by. So that was worked into the budget. They could afford that to make it fun for all of the people who were attending the World Championship. But really, it was about prize money for the athletes who won, paying the employees. There were volunteers as well who did unpaid work, but they signed up to be a volunteer, so they knew what they were doing. And then having enough money for the fun things, and next season, especially with their premiere series that they launched. What's up, Billy? Billy? It's a good bagel. Evan, you had me. It does. The Midoriyama format just does not work for leagues. But the 100 people, I don't even consider 100 people to be a part of the Midoriyama format. That's dumb. That's not. What's up, Merite? Yeah, so with that said, the budget just doesn't allow. These leagues are not getting funds from TBS, NBC, RTL. They don't have ATS in their back pocket. They're making the obstacles themselves. Majority of the obstacles are from DGS, and DGS has bought out ideas from course designers, from athletes who have just decided, I need a new challenge, let me make an obstacle. Matt Bradley goes and he makes courses and he makes obstacles all the time because he's creative and because he has the time to. He's beaten basically everything else, so he's making new things that push himself and other athletes at his level. Brett Sims, another great example. DGS now bought them all out. All of these obstacles are being made by athletes. Kevin Carbone, another huge one. Sam Folsom, another huge one. Yes, Billy. ATS is still a thing in France and Poland on their shows. Here, is that better, Merte? The mic's a little closer. Just finishing my bagel. All right, volume's good. So as I'm saying, to be a league, you have to have competitions, and you have to have money for those competitions to make a big season of a sport. This is not totally normal. If you're here to ask about Sasuke, this is not the right place. This is not about Sasuke. I am talking about Ninja Leagues. Simple as that. Yeah. I'm not going to touch on Sasuke because that's not what this is about. When you're doing Ninja Leagues, you're making a sport. You're not making a TV show. You are... Why are people asking about the TV shows? From this point on, until the discussion kicks in, I'm ignoring every comment about shows. Because this is about why you should give Ninja Leagues a chance. Okay? Okay. Anyways, when you're doing a ninja show, or see, now I'm messed up. Now I'm messed up in my brain. When you're doing a ninja league, you have to have money to spread out throughout all competitions, like a basketball season, or regular season games, playoffs, and championship, right? For ninja leagues, it's qualifiers, semifinals / regionals / whatever you want to call it, and then the championships. You can't do a 4-stage format like that. That's not how that works. So the Sasuke format is not like that. There are some, like the World Ninja League, that does 3 stages as their World Championship format, but you can't have that spread across the whole thing, you know? If you're watching, what do you call it? If you're watching a qualifier for a competition, there's a good chance you're just watching an A&W qualifier, essentially. Format-wise, everything else, that's basically it. First Ninja League. I do want to do a bit more research into First Ninja League as well. Yeah. I need to do more research about the First Ninja League because they're still newer, but we'll get on with that. Anyways, what does the money go towards? Leagues are athlete funded. Money comes from athletes paying to register for competitions. Part of that money goes to the league hosting the competition. All right. Some money is set aside for employees involved in the competition. Prize money also comes from the league's budget, at least for their championship. The world championship and stuff like that, typically the money comes from the league, unless there's a sponsor. The rest of the money goes towards the gym hosting that competition. Leagues will also get money via YouTube monetization and sponsors. But let's be real, YouTube monetization, not that important, not that huge. It's like you get $1 in American money for every 1,000 views you get. And some of these streams are averaging 2,000 to 3,000 views. So how much are they really getting from that? Ad revenue might help, but I'm not going to pretend that YouTube monetization is pulling in big bucks for these people. Now, here is where we have to focus on the relationship between leagues and gyms. Leagues need to make sure that their fees are beneficial and satisfactory to themselves and the gyms they partner with. If not, the gym is likely to pull out of that league due to lack of profits. At the end of the day, while leagues and gyms work together, the gym owners are business owners. For some, gyms are their full-time job. If a league is not worth their time because of the lack of profits, they have to look out for themselves and for their gym. Great example, Brett Sims. Brett Sims, a name I'm sure you all know, co-owns with Bob Reese the Motive School of Movement. It's a gym that has ninja stuff, parkour stuff. I believe they do other things there, but they host WNL competitions and they host their own parkour series as well. It's pretty sick. And they also have some really cool obstacles. It's a massive gym as well. Brett Sims, also married, recently had a kid in the last year. So, you know, he's got people to look out for. Well, for the past 2 years, Brett Sims was hosting at Motive NSC competitions as well as WNL competitions. However, this year he's not doing NSC. And there wasn't any drama or anything like that. The bottom line was NSC wasn't making him the same money that WNL competitions were. Because NSC, cool competitions. No disrespect towards NSC at all. But NSC is only for basically the elite competitors. So you're automatically shrinking your audience, your target athlete demographic. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Motive WNL can get those elite competitors, but then expands it all the way down to kids. So you're going to get in more athletes coming in from everywhere. And because of that, more people will register. The gym gets more money. So instead of doing another NSC competition, Brett Sims is sticking with what he knows is going to make him money, which makes sense because at the end of the day, he runs this full time. He wants the business to make money. He wants to be able to put food on his table for his family. And there is nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So, you know, you can't blame these guys whatsoever. These guys got to watch out for themselves and for their people. And I totally respect that. Yes, NSC has their own finals, totally normal. The top 4 qualify from every qualifier, and then they all do a finals, which is another hybrid burnout speed. And then the best out of those wins the whole championship. So anyways, like if people gotta pay their bills, like we gotta let them breathe. And so with that said, leagues and gyms are constantly communicating with each other to try and find that balance, so that way everyone is still winning. And that's the tricky. In my opinion, that's the trickiest part about running leagues. Already, as I'm talking to these international facilities, all these gyms in Europe, trying to get WNL competitions hosted, they're all super cooperative, super nice. But of course, the part that takes the longest to figure out is the stuff about the money. The stuff about who is going to, you know, how much should we charge? How much are we going to... I immediately have to respond with, like, how much do you need in order to profit, basically? That's a big thing. Now we move on to our third counter. Cameras and whatnot take time because people get so mad they don't bother to watch because camera angles don't look good. I feel like I'm just watching someone follow a competitor on a course. Like, you're not wrong most of the time, but there's a reason for that. Damon, I'll answer that in discussion time. That's a good question for discussion, but right now I'm gonna get through my counter. Um, and I'll answer everyone's stuff about ninja shows in discussion time as well. I'll scroll back up in the chat. So let's take a look at, in my opinion, the two most successful leagues in their own ways. From a practical standpoint, I think as a sport, the World Ninja League is doing the best in the world at making a sport out of ninja. You know, full qualifier, regionals, world championship. NSC, on the other hand, is doing really good at pulling in the public. They're also hosting some pretty dang good competitions. Now let's take a look. NSC's schedule versus the WNL schedule. This is this year's season of NSC. 8 qualifiers, with the 9th competition being their championship. It goes from September till February. So that is 5 months of competition. Yeah. Nine competitions. And that's not bad. 9 competitions is pretty solid. And let's think about the quality that we're getting here. They have good camera setups. They have good cameras in general. Their quality on the camera is awesome. And they're also able to drop massive payouts at every qualifier, which is a big reason a lot of people show up. Another thing that I gotta say, like, you gotta respect the ninjas for trying to look out for themselves. A lot of these athletes are going to NSC because if they win, they're getting good money. They're getting $1,000 at minimum. You know, and if you win the championship was $10,000. So, like, obviously, you're going to get higher quality but fewer competitions. Higher quality at the surface when you look at everything. Now, here's the schedule for the World Ninja League. This is just present day. This is just from this weekend all the way till the end of the season. Let's go to all competitions from Season 9. Started the same... No, it started 2 weeks before NSC. Look at this. These are all competitions being held this season. And I'm going to be real with you. Currently, this is just the United States. This doesn't include the competitions in Canada, part of the Canadian Ninja League. This doesn't include the European qualifiers that I'm about to set up in the next 2 weeks for them. Italy put one on the map, and that's the one I'm helping them out with right now. But that doesn't include the other ones in Italy that I'm going to add. That doesn't include the French ones I'm about to add. That doesn't include the UK ones I'm working on right now. That does not include the German ones that I'm working on right now. Like, it's going to be a lot more. So obviously, let's put it this way. All right. Now that we've seen this, we've seen the difference in schedules, and well, Billy, we'll see, because I'm gonna talk with Dion tomorrow, and then we're gonna see what changes. I will not disclose how many there are in Germany because I don't have a set number for that yet. So now we've seen it. The takeaway, less competitions in a season means that there's more money to use per competition. NSC has higher quality streams and everything else because they can divide their resources by 9. Let's say you have $1 million. NSC has $1 million to split 9 different ways. To fly out their crew to each gym, to do payouts for each gym, to set up the cameras, to replace equipment and everything. Like, they can do that because if you were and I'm making up the millions a hypothetical number, by the way, guys. But if you Divide a million by 9. That's awesome. Now for WNL, if you take that hypothetical $1 million, you divide it into 200 plus competitions in a season, you have a lot of competitions that are not going to be at NSC's level of stream quality. I'll go over the stuff for you in a bit then, totally normal during discussion. But that's the thing about WNL. Like, you have to divide it by so many different competitions. There's so many different things. And then they still want a massive world championship for kids, mature kids, preteens, teenagers, young adults, masters, and elites. NSC is doing one division, 9 competitions. We are doing hundreds of competitions a year for 8 different divisions, and then we're supposed to make stages 1, 2, and 3 and 4 different skills at the end of the year for all of those divisions. At the end of the day, the championship is what matters to us the most in terms of what do we want to look the best and be the best course-wise and everything. So some of the qualifiers have to suffer, and we kind of leave it up to the gyms to be like, hey, you guys are in charge of putting your competition on Facebook. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. And I feel like in that regard, give the World Ninja League some slack. Give a lot of these other leagues some slack, because there are more gyms there are more leagues who run their formats like WNL. NSC is the only one doing what NSC does. They're the only ones doing this limited competition series. And if NSC tried to do more competitions, if they tried to do half as many competitions as the World Ninja League, the quality drops. Because then they would have, like, let's say half of what WNL does. So 100 competitions for NSC. The quality will drop. Because you go from doing one competition every 2 weeks with nice budget, fancy whatever, to multiple competitions in a week. You're spreading yourself thinner. You have to budget properly and send the right people to different places and everything. Tears through the budget a lot faster. And then all of a sudden, you have to make sure that you're good for the championship and that your championship still is up to par with the standard you've already set. You know? That's the big thing. That's the big thing. And does that make sense to you guys? I hope that makes sense to you guys. With that said, let's move on. The reality of it... Oh, this is fun. The reality of it is that audiences are the last priority of Ninja Leagues because they don't provide money for them. It's sad but true. The best we can do as fans is to be patient and support the leagues. That is the bottom line, essentially. Audiences... The only time audiences affect WNL money, and I'm using WNL because I know them the most, and audience money as well. Audience money in general, okay? If you pay for spectating a competition in person, which is incredibly uncommon to have just a random ninja fan show up to a ninja gym to watch, typically the people who are there as spectators are the parents of kids or other athletes who wanted to support their friends or something like that. They know the athlete personally, you know, not just random guy walks into a gym because he likes ninja and he wants to see what it's all about. You know, when the other time, I'll ask, I want to see if anyone answers. What is the main time audiences affect any amount of money that a league might get? Let me see if you guys get this. Let's see if you were paying attention. I'm going to give it a second because of stream delay. Well, paid attendance, yes, but the other thing that you can do, and I think, Spence, you might have missed this part. I don't know when you showed up in this stream. Hi, by the way. Yeah, my stream's okay, Donovan. It's just that I have it set to low latency, so it's not like you guys are hearing this instantaneously. I think I'm 5 seconds ahead of what you guys are hearing. Man, some of y'all missed out. Okay. So paid attendance, yes, paying to go in person. That is one way, but even then it's not a lot because tickets to pay sometimes to watch are anywhere between $2 and $15. And if like 2 people go because they're just fans or whatever, you're not doing much. The other way is if you're watching the streams on YouTube, giving the leagues YouTube monetization time. However, again, 1,000 views on YouTube is $1. So you're not pulling in that much. Audiences want to be spoiled by Ninja Leagues. They want the Ninja Leagues to be on the same level of production quality as the shows. In reality, they do virtually nothing to help the leagues get to that point. You know, Damon, thank you. As one of the commentators for Premier Series, I appreciate that. Premier Series is going to be probably a summertime thing. You know, it's going to be... We did it right after Season 8 and right before Season 9. And hopefully, if all goes well, we'll do it again between Seasons 9 and 10 in the summer next year. So, there's that. Anyways... You guys are getting what I'm saying, though, right? Audiences don't really do much because the leagues and the gyms are making money off of each other. The audiences are kind of just throwing little pebbles while the other two are really working together. And that's not to say that we don't care about the audiences, because we do. We want people to enjoy Ninja Leagues. We want people to like what they're watching. We want people to keep watching and have fun watching our stuff because there's some really cool things. But if you're going to get nitpicky about camera angles and all this other stuff, then you're kind of part of the problem. So here's your part in all of this. If you support the leagues, eventually they will get to the point where you'll be able to be satisfied as a viewer with an entire season of Ninja. If you back out of them, the audience shrinks, the sport gets less publicity, grows slower, or stops growing entirely, and eventually they'll stop gaining new athletes to fund the league, and the sport slowly goes away. This will be especially true when the stream goes away. Exactly, Evan. Damon, I think you're just complaining about things that I'm trying to enlighten you about instead of actually trying to learn. Spence, you've asked this like 3 times. I will answer that later. But does this make sense? It kind of creates a cycle, all right, in a way. Look at that. We're at it. We have another cycle in Ninja. The shows give us fans. The fans become athletes or just audience members for leagues. The leagues are athlete funded. Athletes pay to register. The audience watches the competitions online. If the audience leaves, then the show dies, or when the show dies and the audience has left the leagues, no new athletes will join. No new audience members will join. The leagues will stop growing. And currently, if it's just that, I'm not confident that the sport of ninjas would survive to 2035. 10 years. I don't think they would make it 10 to 12 years. Because if the same people are donating, or same people are signing up for competitions and paying, and no one new is coming in, we have a problem. So, yeah. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Man, some of you guys are just not listening today. Some of you, yeah, a lot of you guys just really aren't listening. In short, give the leagues a chance. All right, you happy? We made it out of the part that none of y'all wanted to actually listen to. So fun. All right. Well, it's time for discussion time. Let me scroll back up. I'm a man of my word. I will respond to stuff. Let me see what I got here. Mirte, actually, if you could DM me about First Ninja League and give me more information, because I checked their website and there's like nothing there. I would love to know more about. I would love to know more about the First Ninja League. RIP European Ninja League. What are your thoughts on the format? Do you think it favors the last few runners who always seem to get the last few spots in the run order? Oh, that was for NSC. Yeah. So Damon, responding to your thing about NSC format, I don't think it's bad. It favors, honestly, from a business standpoint, it's really good because it favors the people who compete in NSC more. So how would I describe that? The people who are doing NSC more, the Caden Lebsacks, Sam Folsom, Phil Folsom, all those guys, they're going last because they're performing well in like every competition. So they kind of earn the spot to do so. It's like when you have number 100 in Sasuke be Nagano, because Nagano won and Nagano was killing it. He has the record for the most final stage appearances, blah blah blah. If other guys didn't do that, then yeah, make them go earlier. So be it. Yeah, simple as that. NSC comps are too spaced out this year. I agree. I miss when they were every 2 weeks. WNL's format confuses you a bit. Oh, perfect. Here, I'll pull this up for you, totally normal. I'll get some tabs open and I'll go over things for you guys. When A&W goes away, will longtime veterans like Joe Moravsky stop competing? I have a feeling a lot of people will stop competing. I don't know if I would throw Joe Moravsky. I get that all of you guys like are obsessed with Joe Moravsky and want to like secretly make out with him or something, but I mean I don't think Joe specifically will stop. He's got a lot of passion. What happened to the Wolfpack Ninja Tour? To my knowledge, they just didn't have money. They didn't make enough money. Let me pull up the First Ninja League website that I found. I'm pretty sure I just pulled it from their Instagram. Oh man, Ninja Gamer, you just said like one of the greatest, oh my gosh, one of the greatest messages of the entire stream. Am I allowed? I'm pinning this. Oh my gosh. Pinned message. Another problem is that people think everything is flowers and roses when watching Ninja Leagues. When you have to understand things happen, obstacles break, breaks are needed when injuries happen. That's why people need to be patient. That's huge. Guys, I'm going to say something that I've been saying for years, and I've said it multiple times on this channel. American Ninja Warrior is rigged. I have so many stories about Sasuke, A&W, and Ninja Warrior France, and Ninja Warrior... there were a few other Ninja Warrior shows. Like, so many ninja shows are rigged. It's incredible. It's ridiculous. And these things happen, and it's just like big whoop. It happens. You have to work around them. So when the leagues are, trying to oh, that's why I'm following the wrong Instagram. Thank you, Merte, for pointing me in the right direction. Let me just get this real quick. There we go. Thank you, Merte. Yeah. I've heard a couple things about Ninja Warrior Germany. not from the regular season, but from their specials, their Four Nation special. Watch the Jean Tezanos interview on TSN, Merte, because that's a big one. But anyways, so with all of the things rigged and all of the malfunctions and all of the reruns that shows do, like, leagues do it live. There is no curtain to pull back. Everything that you see is happening in person. The reruns, everything. That is the sport of Ninja. That is the reality of what Ninja is. We're sorry that it's not pretty reality TV for you to watch. Because as much as you guys complain about A&W being reality TV, you guys like it. Deep down, you guys like it. There may or may not be an iceberg video in the works as well, Spence, by the way. I actually need to talk to my dear friend Billy Viz about that. Billy, it's probably your internet because everyone else is... I didn't make an iceberg video, Billy did. And there's a chance that another iceberg will be coming out with multiple members of the Sasuke nerds. Who knows? Yes, I love that, Evan. Our motto for the World Ninja League, our stories are made on the course. It's not sob stories, it's not anything like that. The stuff of legend happens as they attempt obstacles, as they attempt the course. Yes, there have been many teens that have been given reruns on A&W. Many. I'm going to just say this. To my knowledge, someone had a rerun this past season, a teen who made stage 3 on A&W 15. And they had a rerun on stage 1. They always will try and see, that's the thing. When too many people fail the same obstacle on that show, they will give reruns and say it's an obstacle malfunction. It's not. It's just that they want more people to do well. So that way it's not a 2-hour episode of people failing the same obstacle. Will WNL affect Sasuke since there are lots of international competitors competing? No. There is, like, no relation. Sasuke barely has any relation to other ninja shows. Like, they invite 5 people tops, sometimes 10, for the, for Sasuke. Like, it's not, there's, like, no correlation. I don't know what, I don't know how much better to answer that. I tried to, and I kind of lost it. Okay, let me... Again, thank you, Merte, for the, everything. For that first Ninja League thing. Let me explain. I will explain here to Totally Normal, who is asking about WNL stuff, how our tiers work. So, Tier 2. Tier 2 has all of these divisions right here. You can do different formats for different qualifiers. That's the other thing. So this is like the baseline for all Tier 2 and Tier 1 competitions in the World Ninja League. You have your divisions from kids up to masters, and then there's also the elite division for Tier 1. Not the time. You can use any of these formats for your qualifiers. So if a gym wants to host a competition, they could say, I can host a flow course. I'm going to host a flow course, which is furthest, fastest, your traditional like A&W qualifier type. Or they can say, I'm going to host a skills competition this weekend, and they'll host a skills competition instead. The challenge course is what you see in the Premier Series. And the full course a little later, like, yeah. Things like that. Now, Tier 2, Tier 2 is for beginners. That's what I did. That's what I competed in April. Thank you, Merte. Yes, Kane, you missed all of it. And then you go to Tier 1. If this loads, there we go. Tier 1 has all of the divisions plus Elite. You can use the same formats for your qualifiers. And so you qualify for either the Tier 2 World Championship or the Tier 1 Championship, which you can see right here. Now, if you're in the top 25% of the Tier 1 group in the championship and whatnot, you go to the Premier Series. The Premier Series is basically just all-stars, the all-star battle. And that's what you want to get into. So it starts at Tier 2, you go up to Tier 1, you get to Premier Series. So I did Tier 2. I got second in Tier 2 for the beginners. I progressed up. I'm now going to compete in Tier 1 this season. And if I end up in the top 25% by the end of this season, I'm also eligible to compete in the Premier Series. But Premier Series is like a special spin-off, essentially. You know what I'm saying? It's the all-star spin-off. And then we go back to the regular season, which is Tier 1, Tier 2. So, hope that clarifies things. Let me see what else is being saying. You have not competed yet, Marta. I know. We gotta get you in a competition, but hopefully it'll happen. I think you're Tier 1 ready. I think you're Tier 1 ready. You'd love to see Ninja pick up in South Africa. The country would have major potential. I agree. I think the entire continent of Africa should have Ninja something. It's just that, they've never really done a show outside of Arabia, which was in the Middle East. And because of that, it's never really reached there. And I would love for it to reach there someday. We'll see. Kane's going for Tier 2. I like it. I want to see it. Why wasn't there Angry Birds reruns in A&W 11? That's right. There wasn't. Anyways. Anybody have any questions before I show you guys another cool Ninja League? Why did Donovan call me? Donovan called me. Anyways. Ninja Gamer with the pin message. Spitting facts. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys for right now. Why hasn't my favorite YouTuber, Kane Nakasugi, taken over for Akbar? He clearly knows the lines well. Yeah. Spence, I'm going to be real. They did air those runs in A&W 11 Baltimore. The chat moved pretty fast there. That was weird. I had to keep up. I'm also not wearing my glasses, so it's tough to see. Am I competing in Tier 1 this year? Yes. I've been trying to properly budget myself right now because I just got married. We just moved Sasha's stuff all over here. So, we're adjusting a lot. I'm hoping to compete in the beginning of December and then carrying it out through the rest of the season. That's the goal. But I have been training again. I may get involved in leagues next year or this year. I hope you do, man. That'd be pretty sick. There are too many Ninja Leagues still. Absolutely. There are way too many Ninja Leagues. There should be one, maybe two, in each country. Because the bottom line is, this sport is not big. In the country, in the United States, I would say there's maybe 5,000 athletes in Ninja. And we're the biggest country for Ninja. It's rough. It's rough. The rest of them maybe have 1,000 ninjas in there. If not, it's less than 1,000 ninjas. It's rough because they're all incredibly passionate athletes, but it's still really small. And it's too small for us to be split into so many factions and so many different leagues because no one's really going to win. It slows down the progression of the sport because we're split into 4 different leagues in the United States. It's not good. Do you think older ninjas would compete better if Ninja Warrior was a pro sport where ninjas were paid a monthly salary? Not only do I think that they would compete, like, I feel like they would quit their day jobs for it. And I feel like they should. I don't know if they would compete better, but they would definitely give it a shot. And I don't know what exactly you mean by better, honestly, because they're not bad. It's just that there are other athletes who are currently outdoing them. Like, it's simple as that. I feel like a lot of people try and sorry, Donovan DM'd me a repeat question. Okay, I was not expecting today to go like this. Ninja Gamer gets a new pin message. That's a freaking goated message, Ninja Gamer. Just yeah. Ninja League should not merge. They shouldn't merge. I don't think you understand what you're asking for with a merge, Evan. They did show the tester beat it. Spence, I wish I could tell you, dude. I could get you in touch with some people who were at the taping in person, and they can tell you everything that happened. That's the best I can do. I'm definitely not as qualified to comment on things as those people are. Brian Arnold did quit his day job after ANW 5, and look where that got him. Because he was not being paid to do Ninja. If the leagues progressed enough, maybe they could. Hi, Jakari, by the way.
Did they see me?
I think so. That was Sasha. Oh, I lost my place in the chat. Thank you for the encouragement on competitions. Okay, I want to focus on Ninja Gamers thing before I respond to Evan for the 50th time about merging. Since people want to complain so much about Ninja Leagues, everyone should donate money to the leagues to fix all the problems that apparently mean so much to them. Ninja Gamer has learned the most. Ninja Gamer has learned the most. It's insane. I'm so proud. Ninja Gamer said, like, he knows what I'm talking about, and he showed his work for it. Genuinely, that is the answer. I know that most of you guys are probably kids, and you don't have jobs, and you're, like, students and stuff like that. So, like, that doesn't really apply to you. But, like, if you're over the age of 18, or if you have a job in general that you care about or something like that, and you want Ninja to succeed, and you want Ninja Leagues to succeed, but you're also not doing anything about it besides sitting on a 5-hour stream for a competition, donate something. Because you go from giving them half of 1 cent to giving them actual money that they could actually use. So I don't know how else to word that. Like, that's how do we donate? That's a great question, because I don't think anyone ever really has considered donating. I would love
Venmo?
to. I would love to.
Venmo me.
I don't. Not you.
Venmo me and I'll get the money to them sometime, someday. You can donate to us.
I believe super chats are on for specific streams. I want to say WNL and NSC have super chats on. Super chats don't hurt, that's for sure. But man, that's the thing. Like, if it means so much to you and you want to see it get better because you can't stand the camera angles, pitch in a little bit, you know? Pitch in, help out, because if you can close that gap to where they can eventually buy better cameras or book bigger gyms with more space or an arena where they can space out the cameras better, then you're actually, in my opinion, then you actually have a right to complain. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you donated your money and it's still bad and it's like, What the heck, man? I wasted my money. Valid. Valid. Genuinely valid. Everything else is kind of like, come on now. Come on. If I give money to Sasha, it would be donated to her left pocket. I'm dead. There are older guys like RJ, Caleb, Austin, Daniel Gill that can hang with the teens. Surely there would be more guys in the mix if they could earn money. I mean, they are in the mix though. I don't. Money's not a superpower, Damon. I mean, not when it comes to being an athlete. Yeah, not. It doesn't like the idea of money dangling in front of them doesn't just magically make someone better. These guys are pushing themselves every competition, and however the results shake out are how the results shake out. Simple as that. Yeah. Donovan, you're not from America, you're British. Oh, he deleted it. Donovan, there are going to be UK competitions. There will be. Hey, Evan with the facts. Caleb Bergstrom was world champion of season 7. Yeah, Ninja Gamer's just spitting facts today. Ninja Gamer woke up like ready to like help me out. This is crazy. But that's the thing, like audiences, yeah, you should just be patient. Give it some time. I am not going to pretend that I watch every single WNL competition on Facebook. I don't. All right? I'm not going to pretend that I'm better than anybody because it's like, "Oh, I spend all weekend staring at Facebook streams of ninja competitions." I do not do that. I do not do that. But I do watch some when I have the time, and I think it's definitely a start. Because if you're not watching those streams, you're not going to be exposed to what more Ninja has to offer you. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the important thing, you know, giving these people the platform, the popularity, because from there the athletes can do a lot of work themselves. I mean, look at Enzo. Enzo had a platform and he blew up. You know, you could end up being one of the first early fans of the next Enzo. You never know. But who knows? He did go from 10K to 100K very fast. And the thing about YouTube is that the hardest subscribers to get are the first 1,000. That's what everyone says. I wouldn't know because I'm not at 1,000. I'm almost at 500 though. So thanks to all of you guys in the chat. I know you all subscribe. I appreciate that. I'm almost at 500, so that's pretty hype. But after 1,000, apparently it gets easier. And Enzo like went from 10,000 to 100,000 in like 3 months. It was insane. Evan, in response to your thing about merging is not the same as being bought out. And I think Ninja League should not merge because merging means that the heads of each Ninja League has to work together. So let's say NSC and WNL merged. That means Chris Wilczewski has to work with Chris DeGangi and Ethan Swanson. And let's say they don't agree on stuff. All of a sudden they break up. And then what? We've got 2 Ninja Leagues again. That's dumb. Same for if UNAA merged with WNL. Bob Clark and Chris Wilczewski. Does not work. They break up again. Does not work. Ninja Leagues need to be bought out. So let's say Chris Wilczewski has the money. He's saying, I will buy out UNAA. Bob Clark sells his rights to have anything to do with Ninja. The UNAA gyms are now WNL gyms. That's what needs to happen. They should not be merging. Because the whole reason we're split up into different leagues right now is because no one can agree on a set way to run things. And if you have those people who disagree with each other fundamentally try and work together, the sport dies. They're all going to dig themselves into a hole that they can't get out of. So that's fun. Is the fact that there's no GOAT in A&W bad for the sport long term? Because as much as people hate Brady, Mahomes, Jordan, LeBron, or others, there's a guy that draws huge attention. No. No. Ninja is not big enough of a sport for a GOAT to attract anyone. Not yet. Not only that, but it's always great to see other athletes like have their moments in different competitions, because it doesn't mean that the other athletes do bad. It just means that they didn't win. So I don't see it as a bad thing. Merte, dude, your Wi-Fi's dying. Bro, Ninja Gamer is on smoke today. This is crazy. Last time there was even an all-time GOAT was Nagano in the mid-2000s. Yep. And Ninja was much smaller. Yep. Yep. Merte, Drew Dressel was never the GOAT. He was not the GOAT. Simple as that. He was not. I've said it before, I'll say it again. He wasn't even the best ninja in the year that he won. So. I was waiting for something else. If not, I was going to show people. There was an investigation open, Spence, so he was aware that it was possible. Yeah, people love Sasuke for the nostalgia. Simple as that. I want to show you guys something though. Something that I'm actually very happy about. It makes me very excited. This is Ninja Games Israel. And I would not have thought that Israel would have been the first country to do this. It's actually very exciting. Ninja Games Israel is a ninja league in Israel that actually already is on live TV. Now, it's not on any like major network, but it's on like a live sports channel. They'll have like soccer matches, they'll have like maybe a golf tour here and there, and then they'll have ninja, and it's a ninja competition. And what these guys do is they open up the competition. I learned about this. I was in a let me actually see if I can pull up a call here. Because this is I'll share you guys a little behind the scenes thing going on that happened, because it is no longer happening, which was a bummer. It was a big bummer. Where is it? There we go. So I'm gonna shrink my camera. This is a call I had. Chris Wilczewski, that's Abby and Greg. They work for the World Ninja League. Philip Scott right there. And that's Amor and Soul. They are dating. They are competitors from Ninja Israel. And then Gil Morantz, the last man standing of Ninja Israel 2, competitor on Sasuke 37. The idea behind this was we were going to host we were going to host a World Ninja League Premier Series competition in Israel. Obviously, because of the war in Israel right now, that is not happening anymore. So that is why I'm showing you this. It was pretty sick. I'm very happy about it. It was a great call to be a part of. Soul and Amor run Ninja Games Israel, and what they do is they open up their competitions for all of their athletes across all age divisions. So they pull in like 300 athletes a competition. Like, Ninja is still very popular over there. And then they'll take the top 20% of the leaderboard. So if there's, I don't know, if there's 50 people, right? 20% of 50 is 10. They'll take the top 10 and they'll edit those together and they'll package them all up. And those are the runs that go on TV. So you only see the top runs on TV. And so here's an example. Here's Gil Moran's. He did it. And this is the only Ninja Gym over a pool in there. There's very few Ninja Gyms over pools. NBCSN. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. But like, so you literally just see all of the different runs on camera. And so Gil was in the top 20% of runs, so he got to do his stuff. And so did the other people. And that's the league. And then they have league points, and then they have an Israeli championship. And so we're still going to fly out some Israeli competitors we're taking the top people from this league, and they're going to come out to the World Ninja League. They're going to come to the Premier Series finals in November. A good chunk of them are, we hope. We have the list of people who have qualified. They're doing some great stuff over there, and we're very excited. I just think this league is really cool. I'm currently trying to find a way to do. Oh yeah, he's just casually vertical limiting. I'm trying to find a way to get the VODs of these because it runs live and then I never see any of the playbacks again. So I want to try and find a way to save that and get it on the vault for people because this is the first fully televised Ninja League. And it's pretty sick. The only other Ninja event that's been on TV, live TV, in a similar fashion, it's just like a small sports network that airs live sports, is the Barbados Ninja Throwdown, and that's just one special event. And, fun fact, I actually just spoke to Delano Hines, who runs the Barbados Ninja Throwdown. He is actually going to give me, that footage of past Ninja Throwdowns. So hopefully we can get those on the vault very soon. Pretty excited about that. We'll finish Gil's run because it's fun in general. Let's see what place he got. 3rd place. So this is a 3rd place run out of Gil Moran's. It's just fun watching. I like this method. You don't have to show everybody on TV, but you're still getting good camera angles. You're still getting good obstacles. And the gym who runs this ninja pool, it's literally called the Ninja Pool. The gym and the league still get money from this because they don't limit it to the top whatever percent. They open it up to everybody. And, there's cash prizes, but also the prize is you get to be on TV. So I think it's a really good compromise. I think that this is a really good model for how to do this. Of course, they're on hiatus right now. Again, they're at war, so there's, more important things going on for them than Ninja. Hopefully, they're all staying safe. But, yeah, man. Pretty crazy. Well, so that's Ninja Games Israel. You should go check them out. Again, that's right there. Go follow them on Instagram. they have a website as well, and then I'm trying to find their again, I'm trying to find those VODs so we can watch back, or at least find their VODs for when they start a new season afterwards. Is it bad I dislike when Sasukepedia calls it Ninja Warrior Israel? I mean, no, but you're right, it's the wrong name. Does anybody else have any final questions, thoughts, comments, anything like that? Because honestly, I feel like while I was talking about how to actually support Ninja Leagues, people were just bashing Ninja Leagues, and it was pretty sad. If you want to hear yourself talk, go to SMF. If you want to listen, come to Soapbox. I mean, we do have discussion though, so like obviously now in Soapbox is a good time to talk, but how pissed are you that Sasuke purists are still out there? I'm not pissed at all. I think the only time I get irritated by Sasuke purists is like today. Like today was a bit of a bummer stream for me because it took us like 10 minutes to get past one slide because the show purists showed up to just talk about not what we were supposed to talk about. And that's when I get upset because it's like if we're having an unrelated conversation that has nothing to do with something that you like, we're not doing anything to hurt you. Why are you interfering with our conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like, let us have our thing. You can have your thing. I don't dislike Sasuke. I'm not a huge fan of modern tournaments, but I still like Sasuke as a whole. So like, why should I get upset? Like, go like Sasuke. Go only care about Sasuke. That's your call. I fully respect your opinion. Just don't come in here like when we're gonna talk about Ninja Leagues and be like, let's talk about only Sasuke and A&W, or only Sasuke, or only ask stuff in regards to shows. Like, that was a little frustrating. It was a little discouraging there, because the whole point of Soapbox is to educate, hopefully make a difference in even just a few people. Because if I can talk to a few people, maybe they'll have a few people that they can talk to in the future as well. But we'll see. Maybe this is successful, maybe this isn't. But like, if you're not here to participate in listening and then asking questions, like insightful ones, and you're just here to ask about the same 5 questions about the same 2 shows you watch, this is the wrong video for you. Frankly, it might be the wrong channel for you. Simple as that. Anything else? Can I translate this page to English? Love how there was no mention of Fina. We don't talk about them. Yeah, we don't talk. She's not worth mentioning. All right. Leaving it up for one more minute. And if anyone puts something in the chat to talk about. Thank you, Poke. I really appreciate the message. But yeah, if no one in the next like 45 seconds has like a question or something for discussion, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream. Feel free to watch back the stream, Poke. Much appreciated. Bummer that you missed most of it, but at the same time, thanks for stopping by in the first place. Whoa, Ninja Gamer on an alt. I'm curious to see what Ninja Leagues do after the shows end. Me too. Because a lot of them have proven that their business model works. But it's going to come down to their publicity. Because after a while, their audience will stop growing. They need to grow the audience themselves. All right. Looks like that is the end of Soapbox today. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, which will be Soapbox again.